You wake up, you look around, you assume the world you see is solid, objective, just the way it is. But what if everything you see is filtered, not by the world, by you? Neuroscience tells us something uncomfortable. We don't experience reality directly. We experience a reconstruction. Light enters your eyes, signals travel to your brain, and inside your skull, a model of the world is built. You don't see reality, you see your brain's interpretation of it. And here's where it gets personal. Your brain doesn't show you everything. It can't. There's too much information. So it filters. There's a small network in your brain called the Reticular Activating System, the RAS. Think of it as your mental gatekeeper. Its job is simple. Show you what matters, ignore what doesn't. But here's the catch. It decides what matters based on what you believe is important. Let's make this real. Have you ever decided you wanted a specific car? Maybe a red one. And suddenly, you start seeing red cars everywhere. On your street, on the highway, in parking lots. It feels like the world changed, but it didn't. Your attention did. Those cars were always there. Your brain just started highlighting them. That's your RAS. Now let's go deeper. If your brain filters reality based on what it believes is important, what happens when you believe you're behind in life? What do you start noticing? Other people's success, their achievements, their milestones. Your brain begins collecting evidence. See, everyone else is ahead. And because the RAS filters in alignment with belief, it reinforces the story. You don't see balance, you don't see nuance, you see proof of what you already suspect. The same mechanism works the other way. If you believe the world is unsafe, you will notice threat everywhere. If you believe you're not good enough, you will notice rejection faster than acceptance. If you believe nothing ever works out, you will see obstacles more than opportunities. The brain becomes loyal to the narrative, and loyalty feels like truth. Now imagine something radical. What if perception is trainable? What if attention is directional? What if the lens can be adjusted? This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means understanding that your experience of it is filtered. Physics tells us that at the most fundamental level, reality behaves like probability until observed. Neuroscience tells us your brain predicts before it perceives. So maybe we are not passive observers. Maybe we are participants. Two people experience the same event. One sees failure. One sees feedback. Same external world. Different internal lens. Different emotional reality. Different future trajectory. So which one experienced truth, or did they experience interpretation? If your brain highlights what aligns with belief, then belief shapes attention. Attention shapes perception. Perception shapes emotion. Emotion shapes behavior. And behavior shapes your life. So the question becomes, what are we training our brain to see? We often think change requires external shifts, more success, more money, more validation. But if the lens doesn't change, the world won't feel different. You can achieve everything on your list and still perceive lack because the filter remained the same. This is not about pretending everything is positive. It's about awareness. If you want to experience growth, you must train attention toward growth. If you want to experience meaning, you must notice meaning. If you want to feel capable, you must allow your brain to register evidence of capability. Otherwise, the RAS will keep highlighting inadequacy. Reality might not be something we passively receive. It might be something we co-construct, not in a mystical sense, but in a perceptual one. And maybe transformation doesn't begin with changing the world. Maybe it begins with examining the lens. So here's the real question. If your brain filters based on what you focus on, what are you rehearsing every day? What story are you feeding? And what reality is that story quietly building? If everything you see is filtered, if attention trains perception, if perception shapes experience, then perhaps the most powerful shift isn't outside. It's learning to look differently, not at fantasy, not at illusion, but at possibility. And maybe the most radical thing we can do is pause and ask, if I change the lens, what would I finally be able to see? If this video resonated with you, like this video so more people questioning their reality can find it, share it with someone who feels stuck, behind, or lost. And subscribe, because the next question might change everything.